What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of this series, Love in the Time of Corona, where we get to watch me try and navigate dating in New York City amidst COVID. Now, suffice to say, dating this summer has certainly been interesting. I mean, dating in the city has always been its own thing, but COVID certainly added additional layers to that. So it's kind of an awkward time to date. Like, everyone's wearing masks, socially and emotionally distant. There's just like a general sense that things aren't normal, so dating kind of feels weird. But at the same time, people are also super lonely and starve for connection, and so there's this interesting dynamic that's created.
It almost felt like the early dating process was accelerated, getting together more frequently, maybe getting intimate more early than I would normally. If it's accelerated in the beginning, then it's probably accelerating the end as well.
So with COVID, relationships progress a lot faster because, people have a lot more time on their hands and less distractions in their life. But also because of COVID, people are much more serious and intentional about who they want to make a commitment with. And so then what you have is relationships either get serious fast or end early, which is probably why I had so many first dates. Now, in terms of the dates themselves, basically you're stuck with either outdoor bars or going to the park. And yeah, having a picnic in the park is super romantic, but honestly, after the third or fourth picnic, I was ready to just go into a bar and have a bartender serve me an overpriced drink. But apps. Unsurprisingly, the apps have been popping. And as a guy, I've never been getting more matches, which in theory should be great, but the reality situation is there's just like a lot more people on the apps in general, and so competition is more fierce. It makes me think that everyone's just scrambling amidst a shortened cuffing season. So for those who don't know, cuffing season is a loose social term used to describe the modern dating cycle, with the basic principle here being that people want to get paired up or cuffed before the dead of winter. The cycle begins in the fall and grows in intensity as the weather grows colder, culminating at New Year's, where everyone's looking for someone to kiss, and then gradually coming to an end as warmer weather kicks back in the spring. But with COVID, this year's cuffing season is accelerated, with a steep drop-off and conclusion in January and February, in which a combination of COVID and winter will make dating even more difficult and unappealing. But guys, don't worry. I'm just as determined now as I was when this whole series began. I hope you've enjoyed this little summer update, but if you excuse me, I've got some work to do. So lately, amidst the grind of dating, amidst the ups and downs of romance, I've been really trying to figure out how to find love, like wondering to myself, is love really just a numbers game? Hi, excuse me? Hey, this is super random.
What?
You just look really nice, and I just stop you really quick.
I'm a partner, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Or is love something that just comes along when the time is right?
I know, it's like you're trying too hard and you're like fixated on it. I feel like everyone's like looking for love, but like I feel like you don't find it until like you aren't looking for it.
I think it's a mix. You have to be confident enough to put yourself out there, and then it will come to you. It's not coming to you if you're sitting in your apartment and never leaving.
Right.
I don't think that you'll like fall in love with the delivery man most likely.
Right.
But
It's like a balance of like putting yourself out there but not like looking, if that makes sense. Like putting yourself in situations where like, oh, like I'm gonna go to the park today, I'm gonna go to like a bar. You can't do that now, but it's like you like put yourself in situations where like you're not looking for it, but if it happens, it happens kind of. Like, but not forcing the situation. Yeah, not forcing it.
Hi, excuse me. Hi. Okay.
In the beginning of being single, I was like, oh, I was like, I'm ready for this, you know? And then after you're single for enough time, you're like, I am
done.
Not well. Unfortunately, I am not okay. And so you just completely lose like the confidence and the urge and like just the thrill
motivation.
of it. Yeah, it's gone because it's like chasing like small rainbows and like they're just not worth it. Like
small rainbows. That's very
like.
I think you also have to
Hi.
have a good attitude about dating and be okay with the fact that not every date's going to be amazing.
and not give up hope after multiple dates are not amazing.
Yeah.
Because I hear friends that are single all the time say like, I wish I would just watch Netflix tonight. I don't want to go on the date. It's just going to be bad, which is probably true.
Yeah.
But it only takes one of those dates to find a great person. So
Something
you gotta
Jesse always used to say to me, it can just change in 1 second. Anything can change in one moment. Yeah.
The more I think about it, the more I realize that me trying to approach love as a numbers game or as waiting for the one or whatever are both just sorts of mental coping mechanisms to get me through the frustrations and ambiguity of dating. Do you ever get worried about not being able to find love?
Yeah, for sure.
How do you balance that with the idea of love finds you?
I think I have to love myself, whether that's making investments in my career, having meaningful friendships. I think there are steps that I take sometimes that are kind of like an insurance policy against if that never happens for me, because then I can be self-sufficient. I don't need validation from a partner that I'm great or that I can be happy or successful in this life.
It's mildly infuriating to me that even at 33, I still haven't fully learned how to love myself. That rather than fully embrace whatever life has for me, I run away, either by trying to force some sort of change or hold on to some false hope. But I don't know. Maybe after years of dating in this city, I'm finally starting to wise up and buckle down. I'm finally able to stop chasing rainbows. And my guess is that that's when love will come.